we have AIBA family has full chance to have a very good athlete, because the boxer is not a bad guy, he's a good man, he sacrificed his life, he made many efforts to make new sport, because without athlete we have no box. I repeat, for me, athlete, boxing athlete, as a good athlete.
You can't lie. Is that part of the new AIBA, the new culture that maybe is still not fully appreciated by people?
I think, I must say, I hate people cheating. Because telling the fact, telling the truth is the easiest way when you handle it. Doesn't matter if it's easy or difficult. Telling the truth, you always can get support, appreciation, and understanding. But once you start telling lies, cheating can never cover. One day will come up. Once come up, the person loses the full credibility. Doesn't matter what you say in the future, you will get no trust from anybody. So I think I fully support what Judge Dr. Pagoni just said. Have to tell the truth, don't tell lies. It happened in AIBA already. I think in some cases people telling lies. Telling lies come up, the truth come back. Then once the truth come up, the person telling lies, he has to receive punishment. Because I think the best way for everyone, when dealing with friends, dealing with colleagues, dealing with anybody involved in boxing, truth, fact, and that will always get, I think, understanding and support. Thank you.
We have just a few more minutes left. If somebody has a question or a comment, did you? Yeah, please. Okay, please. And the Vice President, would you please, for everybody, introduce yourself?
My name is General Ayen, Vice President AIBA. I think what I want to say is that the new code of conduct of AIBA is no respecter of anybody. The president of AIBA, Dr. Sikeyu, set the ball rolling in Beijing Olympics. By the time we were gathered before the beginning of that Olympics, we all at that hierarchy signed the code of conduct, and it was first signed by President Wu. I think it was a transparent example of somebody that means business. So what I just want to say is that the new code of conduct of AIBA is no respecter of anybody. That is just the additional thing I want to say. It's meant for right from the highest hierarchy to the lowest hierarchy. And I think it is all for the good, for the transparency, and for the improvement, and for the discipline of boxing in the whole world. Thank you very much.
Richard.
Just add on that, yes, I think some people think we may be in an army at the moment or going back to school, but exactly what Mr. Andy touched on, the whole idea, I liken it to being in a boat at the moment. AIBA is heading in one direction, and we want everybody rowing together rather than going against the current. So this code of ethics is a key ingredient in heading in the same direction.
Does anybody think the code of ethics needs to be stronger or different? Is there any changes needed?
Yes, I do agree, and that question is very serious. I was thinking about the deaf community. I think it ought to be stronger. In fact, I have an opinion. I think it would make even more sense if you do call it fair play, the code of ethics. I think it's only fair that you ought to have an athlete representing the athletes on the Olympic board. I mean, you know, we train all day long, and we do that Olympic opportunity, and here it is, it's taken away from us. You can never give that back to us. I think we ought to have one athlete, or in fact, voted by the athletes or the athletes on that board to help with making decisions. Thanks.
what is the possibility of that?
In fact, talking about the athletes' interest, we're going to set up the athletes commission, like every international federation, international Olympic committee. We're going to set up this. In fact, my idea was supposed in the last World Championship in Chicago. I want every federation to nominate your active athletes as candidates and let all the boxers in the village to vote. Let you vote by yourself who can represent you. And then the person then can become ex-official, sitting in our EC, can fully express the interests of the boxers. So I think next year we have our World Championship in Milano, Italy. I hope we can start again because last time was very, very few entries. But I want to start again. The Athletes Commission, let athletes speak for themselves and let EC of the AIBA to listen and to take action.
All right, microphone number 1, please.
Good morning. I'm Franco Falcinelli, Chairman of the Technical Group Commission of AIBA. Dear Mr. God, I fully agree with your report. All of us knows how is important the role of the press and media to improve the image of our sport. Regarding this important point, I would like to ask you some questions. What can we do to improve the media attention in each country toward the Olympic boxing? What can we do to have more space in the sport news of national newspapers and in the sport news in order to keep and to promote the tradition and the popularity of boxing? What can we do to convince the sport journalists that our sport deserves more attention? What can we do to improve the ethical consideration toward our sport? Because boxing is not an Olympic sport, but also a very important tool to reach educational way for younger people, to reach important moral qualities like bravery, respect of the rules, loyalty. Now, we are also to say to all the world that our sport is clean from the doping. Only a few cases in the world. And under the leadership of our president, is going to be clean from the cheating and manipulation. Thank you for your answer.
Thank you for your comment.
Thank you very much for your comment. I totally understand your concern. This has been my concern for over 25 years. Unfortunately, in our days, football is dominating the television and the pages of the written press and of the internet as well. If you gave me $1 million bonus to solve this problem, I'm afraid I couldn't pick up the bonus. My president, probably all of you know, Mr. Sándor Csetenyi, the president of the Hungarian Boxing Federation, keeps hitting my head with a stick every day and night, for not publishing enough on the pages of the Hungarian newspapers about amateur boxing. And I keep telling him that, Sándor, you must make amateur boxing more spectacular. You must set examples, heroes whose faces are known to the public. I'm not going to go into matters which do not concern me, which concern this gentleman rather. But without being able to see the face of the boxer, it is very hard to make our noble sport more popular.
Difficult in the United States too, where there's been, I think, difficulty getting great boxers to come to the attention of the public there as well. Dr. Stronik?
For me, in French we control, French Federation control all boxing, professional box and amateur box. And professional box represent 1% of the member of all federations, but 99% of the media press and also the image of the press. This is also an explanation of the difficulty of amateur boxing to be present on the newspaper. But also I repeat, if we have a good sport, if we have a good spectacle, we have a good image in front of the media, no problem. It's our job, it's not the job of the media.
President Wu?
Okay, I think what Mr. Fasanelli raised this issue, yes, the attention to our sport compared with some other sports, yes, well below. And why? Face cannot show. Why? IOC concern the boxing in the Olympic Games. The safety of the boxing is #1 concern. We cannot afford to have one boxer, if head injured, causing very severe damage. Then I think our sport is facing a very, very bad consequence. So that's why, in order to exist, to remain in the Olympic Games, the compulsory use of the head guard is absolutely necessary. However, we understand the future trend. So we are going to create our own professional boxing. Maybe some of you don't understand, not heard about it, but we are working now. We will call it more a series of boxing. This is on the way. Because in our own professional boxing, we'll have much more exciting formula. The format of the competition, and I think attract the best boxers from our amateur side, transfer to our professional side, within our AIBA family, without going out. So the own benefit can be fully protected by people. So this is what we are working on. Patient, 2009, the full scale of operation will be working on that. In the beginning of 2010, we hope we can launch our own profession. So the best boxers from our Olympic Games, World Championship, even the World Cup, you can be selected and transfer through your national federation, become our professional boxer. Then, using the professional rule, no head guard, the face can be shown. So I think this combination for the future of AIBA. Olympics is a very good, very important foundation for us. This foundation there to make sure the national federation keep training, recruiting, and new boxers come up. And then when they achieve the high standard, they have opportunity to transfer to our professional boxing. And the national federation will benefit, the boxer will benefit, AIBA will benefit. So the whole sport has a great future. So I just added this information. I think the time is
Yes.
Thank you.
And we're at the end of our time for this portion of the program. It's time for a coffee break. Thank you to our